It has been a busy day. I have been getting into the free sugar detox group with my girls, and I am so motivated by these girls. They are hungry for this. We are doing it together. It has been a challenge because if you have been consuming sugar on the daily, cutting it out the first couple days are hard. So it's 5 days. We're 1 day in. We have 4 more days to go. Also been checking in with my challenge group girls, and we've been doing a superhero theme, and so fun. So I'll show you guys a little bit later. We did a quiz to see which superhero we are, and I got Wonder Woman. Very exciting. Wonder Woman's pretty spectacular, although I didn't see the movie. I want to. I don't know. I've got to go check that out. But I want to talk to you guys about mindset. Yesterday I asked you, would you be interested to see how I climbed out of that hole that I was really struggling with? And it was overwhelming. You guys said yes. So I'm going to save this to my highlights, so if you miss it, you can catch it. But I want to talk to you guys about feeling, and I wrote some notes so don't forget anything, feeling like you're drowning is how I would describe it. Feeling like you're in molasses, like you just can't climb out. Everything is a challenge. I just want to go to bed. I want to get away. I just want to get out of here, that kind of feeling. And so if you are struggling mentally, I want to share with you 7 things that I did to get out. And before I even get to those 7 things is you need to be self-aware. You need to, maybe it's 8 things then, right? Like you need to be self-aware and realize that you're in this space and that you want to get out of it because it's a downward spiral. And if you just go, it's that much harder to get out. Don't give into that mentality that you are a victim. Get out of it. So the very first thing I want to say is talk about it. Reach out. You are not the only person in the world that is struggling emotionally and mentally with whatever it is that caused it. Whether it's a car accident, an illness, whatever it is. For me last month, it was just a spiral of events that just caused me to downward spiral. And I thought, what is going on? So the very first thing is talk about it and write about it. Write it down. Get your feelings out. Talk to people that are safe people, but don't feel like you have to have it all together. And that's what I felt like. I felt like I'm trying to be a positive influence for other people. I can't be a mess. But you can't get out of it if you don't talk about it. So the second thing is I really want to encourage you to do something that makes you happy. Go for ice cream. Go for a run, go for a horseback ride. Those are some of the things that I love. Go swimming, do something that actually brings you joy. Go to a movie. Okay, third thing is what comes in is what is gonna come out of you. If you are filling yourself with garbage TV, garbage books, garbage stuff on Instagram, just negative people, what you're filling your mind with is what's going to come out. So you need to fill yourself with good things. And 2 books that are amazing, and one that has been a lifesaver for me, they both have actually, is 100 Days to Brave. I start my morning every morning with that, and it is so much positivity first thing in the day. The second one is Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Wash Your Face. If you have not read this, you need to. It is so motivating. Number 4 is words have power. They really do. And if you're speaking negatively out loud over yourself, you're speaking it. You're going to believe it. So if you are saying, I'm stupid, I can't do this, I'm not capable, I'm never gonna lose the weight, nobody loves me, nobody understands me, I'm all alone, I don't have friends, this sucks, this is terrible. Those may be true, but if you're speaking that over you, you're not going to get out of this. And so you've got to start speaking positivity into you. I can do this. I'm amazing. I'm capable. I'm strong. People love me. I have friends. I'm not alone. You've got to speak that positivity out loud, even if you don't believe it, because you will eventually believe it. And I'm so passionate about this because I have to catch myself. The fifth thing is, and it goes along with what you're speaking, is stop the negative thinking in its tracks. So when you start those thoughts, before they even come out loud out of your mouth, if you hear them coming, stop them and say, no, stop. And you have to stop it in its tracks so that you don't go on that downward spiral. Okay, number 6, Do things that are good for you even when you don't want to. So when I was going through a hard time, the last thing I wanted to do was go on a bike ride with my family. I wanted to crawl into bed and have the day over with. Doesn't that sound horrible? But when you're going through a hard time, the last thing you want to do is go outside. And well, for me anyway, again, I'm sharing my experience, guys. So pushing yourself outside your comfort zone because you know it's good for you. Pushing play on my workout, I know the facts that when I work out, even if I don't do it 100%, if I modify, I know I'm gonna feel good because the endorphins will make me happy. I know it's a stress reliever. I know that when I eat healthy foods most of the day, I'm going to feel better internally and mentally, and I know it's all connected rather than eating junk food all day. I know that's not gonna be good for me. So do things that you know are good for you even when you don't feel like it. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you, number 7, is things are happening for you, not to you. And that is huge. So I don't normally struggle with this mental game. I normally am a positive person. And I really had a hard time last month. And I was like, what is going on? What can I learn from this so that I can get out of this? Does God have a plan for me to be going through such a hard time right now? And I started thinking, how can I use this to move forward? And I started thinking, maybe I'm going through this so that I can help somebody else get through this. And I started thinking this morning, and I'm always trying to think about the future and plan ahead. But next month, my goal for November is to help women who are struggling mentally be their best version of themselves. So if you're having a hard time mentally and trying to get past this, let's focus on loving ourselves right now, right where we're at, instead of trying to fix it. And so if that's you and if it speaks to you on any level, what I'm hoping is that I can walk with like-minded women that are wanting to be the best versions of themselves, but we've got to stop and we've got to love ourselves right where we're at right now. And so that's why for November, what I'm going to do is our next boot camp is going to be fall in love with you. And we're going to focus on the mind more than anything else. We're going to focus on changing our mindset, changing our perspective, and honestly changing our lives and doing things that we know are good for ourselves, even though we may not want to do them because we're struggling. And I was able to climb out of that hole. I don't feel like I'm swimming in molasses. I don't want to just put the covers over my head. And if you are struggling and you're in that place right now, you can get out and we can do it together. And it's crazy to think that that's where I was last month and I was able to pull myself out of that hole, but I don't want anyone else to be there either. And so let's do this together.